the hell is he smiling at?
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I never get to play.
Gentlemen, ladies of honor.
The warriors. Yes, sir. Conquerors. Respect.
As a new wave of shows come crashing down and my backlog increases like Brawly's power, I find myself just clicking and adding anything new that pops up on my watch list. And I'm here to share to see if we're all on the same page and to put some potential bangers on your radar. Now, I'm a binge watcher, so I wait for the shows to finish first. So I haven't seen anything past a poster or a trailer. And at the end, if they all turn out to be trash, we'll come back and see which shows held up and which ones missed. Without further ado, let's get into the anime playlist of 2026. Starting off with the obvious shows making their triumphant returns, 2026 serving the season of sensational sequels. Frieren is finally back with season 2 and I was so excited when this was announced. For those who haven't seen it or was blinded by the praise of Solo Leveling when they were going head to head for show of the year, you have to watch Frieren, quickly becoming one of the best new gen animes. But I feel like a lot of people are already ready for this, just like the long-awaited return of JJK is here, as I'm sure it will be another hype season and it has already taken over the meme scene. Not much needs to be said here. Everyone was waiting for this to come back as we head towards the inevitable showdown between the chosen one Gojo and the feared one Sukuna. I know when that's finally animated, it's gonna go crazy. And speaking of crazy, the insane world of Hell's Paradise is back with its second season and the flame is reignited within the stone cold killer that is Gabin Maru. Not gonna lie, it's been a while, so I low-key kinda forgot homie name, but he's back. I remember how insane the creatures on that island was and them teasing his background about whether or not his memories were real or not. I'm excited to see where this goes. However, one of the sequels I am most excited for is for Classroom of the Elite Season 4. Ayano Kanoji is back to his devious ways, and the way they left off the last season by saying, hey, you may be one of our successful subjects, but you are not the only, nor are you the best. And now he's going to be pitted against another Whiterun prospect, and he's going to have to figure out who that is. Mind you, when it comes to a battle of the wits, he has yet to lose. Same with the hands.
Oh, Jesus! Jesus!
Damn!
I believe this one is dropping around spring as it usually does. If you haven't seen Classroom of the Elite, I highly recommend it. Learn about one of the coldest dudes in the game. One anime that may have flew under the radar, maybe not, is Clevetus, if I'm saying that right. A lord of dark beasts obliterates the hero party, but resurrects one, Alicia Glenfall. To help him raise a newborn he took in simply out of his curiosity towards humanity. And the fate of this baby is going to determine whether or not the Dark Beast Lord is going to completely annihilate all of humanity. This was a very fun watch that's getting a second season. You got two ruthless main characters. One is a demon and the other is a dark powered hero who's already seen death. Add it to your list. And speaking of demons, everybody's favorite reincarnated slime is set to return with a season 4. And I am overly ecstatic. I feel like it's been so long since the last season, but it's supposedly dropping this spring. So with how stacked the winter shows are, the hits will keep on rolling on through the next season. And I'm trying to put y'all on game. And speaking of games, y'all like how I did that? You like I did that? Trapped in a dating sim, the world of Otome games is tough for mobs is dropping a second season. This was a show I recommended a while back. A guy gets isekai. He ends up in this dating sim game as a side character. And due to his skyrocket to the top of the food chain, his impact begins to change how the events of the game were supposed to play out. I remember this being a surprisingly good time. I would definitely add this to your list if this genre is up your alley. And now on to that new shit. I feel like Sentenced to Be a Hero is going to be one of them ones. The marketing and the hype surrounding this one is already putting it as one of the shows of the year. The first episode was like 50 minutes or something, almost a movie. It looks epic. I'm sure this one is already on everyone's radar. I can't wait to binge this one. Remember earlier when I said I just started clicking on shit? This is one of those shows I just clicked on because the title sounded cool and the premise sounds insane. Petals of Reincarnation is apparently a supernatural action anime where people can gain powers from historical figures ranging from Newton to
I know that ain't who I think it is.
I don't even think I can say dude's name. This looks crazy, almost like Record of Ragnarok using historical figures in combat. While we're on the topic of combat, Jack of all trades, party of none brings back the kick from a party. Now I have to show how OP I really am true. There's been a lot of these lately and I'm always interested, but they have to do them right. Hopefully this one won't fall into that generic category as their MC is on track to make his solo comeback. An adventurous daily grind at age 29. This looks like it's going to be one of those chill anime. These tend to be more enjoyable than you expect. The synopsis says 29-year-old adventurer Hajime Shinonome was chilling until one day he saves a little girl from being attacked. So he brings her back to the village and the challenges and fun begin. This is definitely going to be one of those feel-good relax shows, I think. Oh, y'all didn't know I knew about that romantic shit, huh? Y'all didn't think funny could be a romantic, huh? I like romance too. The invisible man and his soon-to-be wife follows an invisible gentleman who runs a detective agency. Which, first of all, an invisible detective, exquisite. But he ends up falling in love with a blind woman who works there. That sounds so interesting. A blind woman dating an invisible man, and she can always find him even though he's invisible. This is going to be one of those heartfelt, fuzzy inside sensation type of watch. I can just feel it. Sometimes these be the sleeper hits. If you're a romance lover, boom, just drop one on your head with this one. However, I feel like there will be no love to be found with this one. Shibuya playing death games to put food on the table could be another gem. I like the death game genre of anime when they actually follow through with the life or death aspect. This anime is essentially a maid death game. Main girl Yuki wakes up in an unfamiliar manner in a maid outfit and finds 5 more girls dressed the same way. They call this the ghost house, and the only way to survive is to make it through the deadly games. What really intrigued me was seeing that apparently Yuki makes a living playing death games, so I feel like she's gonna be a very interesting MC to watch. But what's always going to be interesting for me to watch are the insanely OP protagonist shows. Noble Reincarnation, Born Blessed, so I'll obtain ultimate power, grabbed my attention through the name alone. Our MC Noah is the strongest 6-year-old, the 13th prince. He has an infinite level cap and a cheat skill that allows him to add the abilities of those he commands to his own. I already know what kind of show this is going to be, but when done right, it's also always entertaining to see. All they have to do is connect the dots. Give me good characters, good battles, a ruthless MC with the OP squad, and you have my attention. Speaking of attention, Kunan the Sorcerer Conceived follows a blind magician who wants to use water magic to create new eyes for himself. He's a prodigy, surpassing even his teacher, and his skills are on par to earn him a spot as disciple to the most powerful magician in the lands. I always enjoy the ones where the MC has latent potential that has them quickly rising in the ranks and becoming the strongest. Plus, he's a blind magician attempting to give himself new eyes, so I feel like that aspect is going to add some heart to the story. Should be interesting. And even more interesting is a show I never would have thought I wanted to see, The Darwin Incident. Animal lab testing has produced a half-human, half-chimpanzee, a humanzee named Charlie. This is the only reason I want to see this. They mention a chimpanzee-human hybrid. I am invested. I don't care about the eco-terrorism plot. I'm here for the humanzee shenanigans. I had to watch the first episode of this one to be sure what exactly it's gonna be like, and I'm hooked. Charlie is sent to a normal high school where he makes his first human friend as he attempts to live amongst normal society. However, Charlie's nature makes him an extremely blunt individual.
でも、病原菌に感染してるのが、たとえ君でも撃ち殺すけど。
What's funny is that there's a character in here that I wouldn't say bully, but he does take time to constantly challenge Charlie to, I guess, try to out him or make him look crazy or whatever. And I'm like, he's really playing with fire because Charlie is walking around with the strength of a chimp. And we learned due to his hybrid nature, he's actually stronger. So why would you tempt fate? Charlie will slap your face and cause an explosion. I think we about to see a chimp John Wick. And ladies and gentlemen, he is back. He has returned. The one, the only, the alpha, the king, the man they call Wong Ling. Yes, people, the daily life of the immortal king is back with its 5th season. Currently my favorite donghua. I have covered every previous season and will always recommend people to check this show out. It's a hilarious show about an OP immortal king who struggles to live a normal life while keeping his true power and emotions suppressed. He's one of those anime characters who solos verses. That's a hint drop for a future vid. He does things like destroying a planet by breathing. He came to the real world and beat up his anime director. He erases, increases, decreases people's lifespans. And these are all the things he does with just the smallest fraction of his power. And now he's back with a season 5. Everybody needs to add this to their list. When you speak of the greats, when great power is being acknowledged, speak his name. One that shakes the heavens and hells. He beats Goku. He beats Jinwoo. He beats Gojo. Any other name that you may know, they all bow in reverence to he, the one, the only, the alpha, the omega, the god of gods, the undisputed champ of the OP camp, the king, that man they call Wong Ling. And there you have it, folks. A quick little overview of some of the new shows I've just been adding to my playlist. It looks like a great year of anime is upon us. Great returns, exciting debuts. My isekai itch is being scratched. Now remember, a lot of these could end up being trash. So it's going to be fun to circle back to this video to see which ones actually turned out to be fire. But that's enough of my yapping. Now it's your turn. Which shows are you looking forward to? Did I put any new ones on your radar? Are you caught up on your anime watch list backlog? Hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Join the lounge and grab yourself a seat. Share it with your friends or anyone who loves anime like us.
Tell your friends about me.
I appreciate you all for watching, and as we always do when we close out, let's all raise a glass in the air. Here's to anime.